Yeah, what we doing now? It's Nisha's network, y'all.
It's Nisha's network, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's all about connecting, yeah.
connect the
Let's go.
vibe.
It's Nisha's network, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all about connecting, yeah. Let's go.
Connect and feel the vibe. Connections make you feel alive. We do this every day. Let's put your business on display. Network, let's heal and pray. It's our love, we here to stay. Trust in God, he'll lead the way. We on right now, no need to wait. Let's go. It's Nisha's network, yeah, yeah. It's all about connecting, yeah. Let's go.
Welcome to Nisha's Network. I am Kristen. I will be your host for this morning. Happy Saturday, everybody. And help me bring in the birthday girl. Go,
Hi,
girl.
everybody.
It's your birthday. Go, go. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, Mom.
Thank you. Thank you for
Where are
having
you
me.
at right now?
I am in Nassau, Bahamas, and now the phone rings. But I am in Bahamas right now.
You look so pretty and festive.
Oh, thank you.
It's
I'm coming
very
home.
cold where we are. It's very cold right now.
Okay, well, I'll see you soon. So let me put my winter coat on.
What made you go to the Bahamas for your birthday? What are you doing there?
Well, I'm excited because we had the opportunity to be here with Dr. Dwight and Dr. Deidre Rossall with their Together Marriage on Fires retreat. And Wes, your dad, and I were able to share on simple secrets to having a perpetual love. So God afforded us an opportunity to be able to share with the couples that are here for the marriage retreat. And it was really, really blessing.
So you guys are speaking in the Bahamas about a book that you wrote.
Well, we use that as our presentation. We use simple secrets, but yes, the theme of the retreat was perpetual love. So continual, everlasting, ongoing. So how do you have that? And we shared our simple secrets of what we do to have an ongoing perpetual love. So that's kind of like we just put a spin on what we do and what we have to offer. Yeah.
Okay, why don't you share one of your simple secrets that you shared if it's close?
Okay, well, I can probably remember them, but one of them is to never go to bed angry. That's been our rule since the beginning of 34 years ago, to make a conscientious decision to say, hey, at the end of the night, if it's nothing but pinky toe love, meaning you're just connecting by a touch, that means that we are making a decision to say, hey, we are connected, we are going to bed. Now, that don't mean you all happy and it doesn't mean all of that, but it just means that you made a connection to say we're calling things a truce, we're making peace, because we do not want the sun to go down on our wrath. So we've been very intentional about that for 34 years.
I love that. I don't always follow that simple secret, but I I love it anyway. All right, guys, if you are just joining, make sure you subscribe to Nisha's Network on YouTube.
Yeah.
Um, we are here. I have the privilege of interviewing it's her birthday month. And she is always celebrating everybody else. So I actually asked her if I could interview her for her birthday just to pick her brain a little bit about what 53 looks like. But before I do that, I know you just been a traveling queen and king, you and daddy. And so I know you guys just came back from Israel. You didn't even get to get over your jet lag before you were traveling again. But tell me a little bit about your missions trip that you took to Israel. This was like a life-changing once in a lifetime experience. I want to hear a little bit about that before we go into birthday.
Well, I just want to say that first of all, shout out to our church family who is very mission minded. Our pastors, well, our pastors, senior pastors, and overseers and founders of Christian Life Center, Pastors Jerry and Chris McQuay, for just the vision of missions. We were able to go to Israel, and I just have to say that an amazing, like the Bible came to life. Like ever since I was a little girl, we had to study the scriptures, we had to memorize the scriptures, we had to learn about the different people in the Bible, from Abraham to David to Solomon to New Testament disciples. I could go on and on, but it was like the scriptures came alive, and it was an amazing experience. It was a lot of walking, which was great, but we walked where Jesus walked. We sang worship and praise and rowed a boat on the Sea of Galilee, where Peter walked on water. You know, just thinking about the miracles that were performed, and be able to visit, you know, the space where Jesus is risen, the tomb. Being able to have a supernatural experience, which I won't go into, about at the Garden of Gethsemane on the Mount of Olives, and just it was an amazing trip. There were amazing people we traveled with, but having that opportunity to do that, which seems like that was just last couple weeks ago, but it has stuck with me, and it will be forever an imprint in my heart of just knowing that I was able to go and see the Bible come alive, walk the word, not just and walk on the word and walk in the word, but walk with the word. I mean, it was that's my experience. It was supernatural.
I feel like it's been consistent across the board with the experience that people have when they go to Israel, and what you and Auntie Sean, I had asked her a couple questions about it. It's so similar. You said the word came alive, and I can't even imagine that. It reminds me of like reading an old children's Bible where you can see the things they
Yes.
pictures, and it's like you had live pictures of God's word, and that's so cool. And one thing that stood out to me was pictures of Daddy baptizing you in the
Oh yes. And
Jor
the
is it
Jordan River.
the
The
Jordan
Jordan
River.
River. Yeah. That was like, wow. Okay, so that'll be an emotional moment, but I'll just say that um I was baptized when I was 12 years old, came into the knowledge of Jesus Christ. I'd accepted him when I was 6, but they wouldn't really let us get baptized until we were like 12. We had to have understanding. But and I just didn't deem it necessary. Pardon me, many people get baptized over and over again, but I didn't never deem it necessary. But an opportunity to be able to be baptized in the Jordan River and to have Wes, your dad, to baptize me. Um, wow, that's all I can
Are
say.
you getting choked up?
Wow, it's beautiful.
I know I kind of got choked up when I saw the pictures and even when I heard the story, because it's just because of all you and Daddy have been through together and been unified as one, and him being your covering, and then just to have that experience where Jesus got baptized. I
Yeah,
just feel like it's
John the Baptist.
so
Yeah,
supernatural. But I am so excited that you got to do that. And then now you're in the Bahamas celebrating your not only your birthday, but still doing ministry. And it's just a testament to who you are, all wrapped in one. It's like, yes, I'm going to go and have fun. I'm going to go and experience things, but I'm also going to constantly walk in purpose. And so that leads me to ask you, now that you are 53, what
50,
are you excited about for this year?
53. I have 363 more days to be 53, Lord willing. I am excited to see more open doors of opportunity and to see the fruit of my family grow. I'm excited that I have another grandbaby on the way. I'm excited to see all 4 of my children are married, and that God is using them so mightily, and still using them, but also to have fun and enjoy life, and to see the fruitfulness of the labor, and not Nisha and Wes's labor, but the labor of what my grandmother prayed and my grandfather prayed and my mom prayed and my dad prayed and my forefathers. I think about that all the time because it's the prayers of your yesterday that carry you through today. So when I think me and Wes can take credit for things, I know that, you know, thank you, Lord, for the grace of what you've offered us an opportunity to be a part of our children's lives. But I know I had a praying grandmother. I know the seed. So what am I excited about? I want to see the manifestation of God's glory revealed over and over and over again through for generations to come. I want to see celebrating others. I want to, and I have some other heart's desires to be able to be, and I just really want to be the lender and not the borrower. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to being able to. Me and your dad talked about purchasing people's homes for people. First of all, we probably need to pay our mortgage off, but always having a desire to give back and to be a blessing, and to we still in legacy, but to be a legacy, and to not to say, look at West, look at Nisha, look at what they do. No, look at the glory of the Lord. And I just have to be honest about that. That's where I'm at. I take no credit at all, but
That's
the
okay. We will give you credit. You don't have to take it. And I want to say to that, that's just a testament to who you are. But I know we just talked about the other day how your life is just a life of giving and serving. That's what God purposed you to do. That's what you feel best doing. But I want to ask you about receiving, and how are your arms lifted up open to receive, not just from God, but from other people? Do you feel like you are more open to accept gifts, or and even accept compliments, and because I believe that those things are important too.
Okay, so that's been a big struggle for me, but and a lot of people may not look at it as pride, but it is resulted from a spirit of pride. You have to learn how to be a receiver. Who do you think you are that you can't receive? So my hands are lifted up. It was even when the couples here was singing happy birthday to me and stuff, and I was just like the one on display. I'm the one put people on display. I don't like to be put on display. And I think that that's a tough one for me, but I am open to receiving what God has for me. Um, I will say this, and I might get choked up because it's a transparent moment for me. I was talking to Auntie Shauna about some areas I need healing in, because sometimes fear of being people glorifying you or celebrating you will come up, like it is the thing. And I'll just be honest, it's that thou shalt have no other gods before me. And not that somebody's making you a god, but I was always afraid of accolades, because I watched so many people fall from getting so caught up in who they think they are, or people putting people on a pedestal. And that's always been a journey of mine, to say, Lord, I want to stay humble for you. If it not for your grace and mercy, where would I be? And creating me a clean heart and renew the right spirit within me, never being puffed up or thinking more, the word says, more highly of yourself than you ought. So I understand the celebratory part, but I think I shy away from that in fear of not ever wanting to be just vain or prideful, or put up in a place where and I struggled with that even as a child, because I did have rejection, and I was not considered for a lot of things because of who I was, or because of what we didn't have. And so with that, I kind of despise people that turn their noses up at people that don't specifically have a certain class or status quo. That is one of my pet peeves. So I get emotional about that, because I'm very sensitive to wanting to I'll receive, yes, but I just want to stay humble. And I say, Lord, make me humble, because that's another prayer all by itself. But I think staying submissive and humble before the Lord, and saying, Lord, to God be the glory, not to anybody else. Does that make sense? I got choked up,
Does
but
make sense, but it reminds me, well, I feel like Jesus is the perfect example of being humble, because he would wash people's feet. He would be in the trenches with his disciples, but he never denied who God called him to
yeah.
be, and he never didn't say he was Lord, and it was and he was humble, but he knew who he was. And so I think that's like the perfect balance. And I truly believe that I'm excited about you truly walking in the authority that you have while remaining humble. And I don't think you'll have an issue with remaining humble. I think it's gears more on the other side of, no, acknowledging where the place that God has put you and daddy, and that's okay. And so I'm excited to watch it. But I wanted to ask you along with that. So what is a hard lesson that you felt you've had to learn for 52? So now you just walked into 53, a new stair step, a new year of life. What was something that you can take from year 52 and share with everybody?
Trust what God has put in your spirit to know. No, it's not a secret, but me and Chris went through a tough year, and me and Wes had to make some hard decisions to just stand our ground in some areas. As painful as it was, because I'm a fixer and I'm a run to the rescue. But I think with trusting God with your what He's given you, trusting Him with the wisdom and knowledge He's given you, and then trusting that it'll work out in the end. But you may not see it. You may see all hell break loose before you see the manifestation of the glory of the Lord. And that is a hard thing for me, because I'm a person that immediately I'm an intercessor, first of all, so I'm a run to prayer, but also the emotional piece of not wanting to see chaos. So I think that what I've learned is stand your ground when God has promised you something. Don't waver. Don't take back. And we made standards. Me and Wes have made standards in certain areas, and it's hard sometimes not to feel like you're the one that's, you know, doing what's probably most favorable or desired, because you want people to feel loved and this, that, and the other. But I thank God that the hardest lesson for me with family is who's very that's if anybody knows me, you know, I'll play about my family. And but I think that trusting God with the family, even through the hardship of losing John Boy, of our family having to walk through some very difficult times, and realizing that, you know, I have to trust God in every area of my life, even when it's not favorable, even when it's not favorable to man. I have to trust Him and watch and wait for the glory. He will show up. It just may not be in your timing, you know? And yeah, so that's what I would say.
Well, that's really good. I think that's just a lesson across the board to acknowledge that when we are trusting, the point of even having that rammed in our head that we need to trust is that circumstances will look like they're not, you know, like, okay, well, hello, where are you, God? But yet still we trust. And so I feel like that's a lesson also too that I've learned, and I take to heart. But I
I
wanted
have another lesson, but I wanted to say something that is just being transparent, Chris, because, you know, the beautiful tribute that people gave me for my birthday that Kristen put together. I'm just,
Oh, not just me. Let me give credit to Daddy. Daddy organized that, and then me, Yelly, and Nia helped. So
okay. Well, thank you. I just saw the text, but thank you so much for that. But I think that sometimes hearing your children say, um, and you all have all said it at different spaces of, I think we've grown so much in the past year, or I really see our relationship evolving. And sometimes parents be like, well, I thought we had a great relationship. You know, parents think that in their minds that they've done amazing, but there's a different perspective, which I could attest to, even my own growing up, is that how your children perceive things, whether they're teenagers, young adults, up until adulthood, is totally different than what you think. And so therefore I think you have to be on the receiving end to receive what they have had to say, you know what I mean, and what their heart has had to receive throughout the years. So I wanted to say that too.
yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. My kids get an opinion about what they feel anyway. That's why I got to stay humble now and give grace. But I wanted to ask you, since you brought up your birthday video, how did you enjoy that? What did that make you feel seeing everybody? Guys, we put together a birthday mantra for her where we had a lot of family and friends come in, all that could anyway, upload a video saying either why they loved my mom or how she has impacted their life. So what did you think about that? Did you cry?
I actually cried on the children's part. The children, the little people, probably made me cry, and then people that I wasn't expecting to be there. I think it brought joy in my heart, to know that just as valuable people, as valuable as I feel people are to me, that I'm this, they feel the same way. The other part was, in 2020, I asked the Lord to enlarge my territory. And I didn't mean enlarge my territory like I needed more friends or family. I just wanted validation from the Father that what I had to offer and what He gifted me with went beyond my small circle. And every coach business coach, leadership coach had told me that I needed to move beyond my circle because I was so comfortable with everybody just, supporting. But when God opened up and enlarged my territory, and then I watched not only he enlarged my territory, but he expanded my territory into other people's territory where so many relationships were built that it is, and they are sustainable. And I'm just,
Yeah, that's good. I'm amazed by that. I feel like the way that God wired you to be a connector, and then for you to say a prayer like that, and then God supersede what you asked him by not only enlarging your territory, but
whew,
making that avenue for others to connect and to be connected for life, a miracle. I mean, it really is. And it is something to be a little weepy about. It is something to just stop and say thank you, God, about, because he always does exceedingly and abundantly above all we ask or think. And he always answers his prayers one way or the other. And
yeah,
that's something that I'm learning too. Like, God has just been answering prayers, and it'd be like 2, 3 years down the line. You'd be like, man, I was praying hard for that a couple
yes,
of years ago, and now I'm walking in it. So I feel like that is such a good example that you and Daddy have set for our family, to be persistent and to follow your dreams too. I feel like your dream. This is still only the beginning. It's only been 2 years since Nisha's Network started, and look at the expansion. So I'm so excited to be a subscriber. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Nisha's Network, okay? NishasNetwork.com, to put your business on display, but not only that, to enlarge your territory. That's huge. So,
yeah.
Mom, I just got one more question for you. So, I'm 33 years old right now. So, 20 years young, your infant. 20 years. 20 years in between us. Now being 53 and the woman God has made you to be, and all the things that you know, looking back when you were 33, what is something that you would tell your 33-year-old self, so I can take the advice?
I guess a 33-year-old self would just be say, um, just continue to be a student of life, be a student of the word, and to definitely educate yourself on what you want. Don't just say, I want to see this, I want this, I want that. Educate yourself and then go after it. I can honestly say that everything at 33, I think I was owning 3 salons at 33. And everything that I aspired to do, I did it. But I didn't have the wisdom to do it well. It went well, God blessed it. But if I could have been more financially wise and savvy, and I had the opportunities to, but I didn't use it. And the other thing is, shift your confessions. I think that at 33, I would always say, oh, I don't have money for this, and I'm owning salons and people looking at you like you're prospering. But the truth is that I would always dummy down to not to say what I didn't have instead of what I did have. And we just kept growing, growing, growing. And yeah, we had some issues, and we issues with our finances and different things like that, but God never stopped blessing us. So what I would like to say is, you know don't just shift your confessions. That's probably the biggest thing. If you confess, oh, I don't know when, or oh, no, just begin to write the vision, make it plain, tell God what you want, and then put faith to it and actions and follow wisdom. If you need a financial coach, you need more finances, seek a financial coach. If you whatever you want to invest in, do the homework. And I think a lot of times I jumped to doing it before I did the homework. We've been investors, we've had owned property, we've been landlords, but we didn't do it well because we didn't do the homework. So be prepared. Shift your confessions to what you want to do, and then also be prepared and go to school. And I'm what I mean by that is the school of life. So wherever you want to grow, you need to seek after that wisdom.
Well, that was really spot on. That was spot on for what I needed to hear. And I think what I heard you saying is, prepare. When God drops something in your heart that you know you want to do, prepare and take your time so that you can do it well. But I know when that fire is burning on the inside of people who are dreamers and who are doers, it's hard to stop and do that. But that preparation period is almost more important than the launch period. So I'm going to take that advice to heart, and I'm going to continue to do that so that I can learn from you guys. But
Yeah,
anyway,
let
Mom.
me say this real quick. The other thing is that the wisdom, God will surround you with people if you pay attention that are already where you want to go and grow. And even last night, me and Wes, some of the people that are here at the retreat, they're doing some amazing things at the same age. And yes, they may have started, delayed is not denied. They may have started back 10 years ago, 15 years ago. But if God is bringing it to our forefront, that means that it can happen for you too. You just have to sit and glean, and God will surround you with eagles to make you soar to where you want to go. Everybody should not be on the same level that you're on. You should be having somebody around you that you can say, "Oh my God, I want to do that." Not haters, but just to sit back and be like, I need to be aspiring after this person." You should have a mentor. You should have someone that you want to grow and glow from. So I wanted to say that. I
Yes, that's
Yes, that's
good.
what I would say. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, well, I don't know if that was your last words, but we're about to log off. But I wanted to ask you, what is some final words you want to leave with everybody, and just a little bit more about just how you're feeling today.
How I'm feeling today, what I want to leave people with is to go after everything God has put in your belly. Go after all of it. Now there's an order and there's a structure, but 2023, activate me in 2023, and not activate me to say look at me, but activate me for my health, activate me for my mind, my body, my spirit. And so in 2023, you guys, I'm going hard after everything God has given me. I'm excited. My book, Relationships Driving Me Crazy, but God's Love Heals. I am going to have workshops, seminars. Me and Wes are going to be doing marriage group coaching once a month for Reboot Your Marriage. We are going to go hard after everything God has for us this year. And I would invite everybody to come on and go along for the ride. Business coaching, that is going to be major. Nisha's network is major for business coaching. I am a part of the Experienced Leadership Coaching team. If you're ready to launch a business, rebrand your business, or experience marketing, you can come hang out with me. So call me for a discovery call. I am not one-sided. NK Artistry Salon is doing great things. We have space open. We've expanded. We have space open for a new stylist. If you are looking for a new stylist, me and Ebony Roberts, we are looking for new stylists to come in Tinley Park. So expansion, activate me in 2023.
That's great. All right. Well, thank you so much for letting me interview you. I'm so glad that you are bright and shiny and having a great time, but we are ready for you to come home because I truly believe Jazz is waiting on you to get back. So
Yes.
bring it on back
Yes.
so he can come. All right. Happy birthday again.
Thank
Bye.
you, everybody. Bye.
Connect and vibe, connect and vibe, connect